Just what can you say about a night like that? What was the feeling running through your body as you kind of caught fire in the second half?
Just shoot it. I mean, that's all I was doing is just trying to get open looks, and my teammates were giving me the ball and getting me open. So shout out to them. And then, I was just going out there and hitting my shots out of practice every single day.
You guys are down 3 with about 5 seconds to go. You have a 7'3" guy closing out, and you a couple feet beyond the 3-point line. Like, what are you doing to size up that shot and make sure you clear both on the release?
To be honest, I was just going to go shoot it. I had to redeem myself from last time, so no matter what, I was just going to go shoot it, and I had full confidence I was going to make that. I practiced that shot all the time. It's just a hezzy 3, and yeah, just shot it and went in.
It continued in overtime. At what point would you describe that as being in the zone? Like, when did it really kind of fully take over for you?
I would say fully took over was after I hit the first one on Bobo. I felt good, and then I just kept shooting them. The overtime shot felt good, and I was just like, Brown and AD said it's time, so it was just time to go take over. And shout out to my teammates. They were looking for me.
There was a moment a little earlier in the game. I want to say it was the third quarter where you kind of stepped into the middle of the lane and did a little pull-up 2-point jumper. You looked over at LeBron. Is that possible, or he got up? Did you guys have any discussion about a shot like that?
While I was on the bench, when I did the turnover, Ron said to just get off 2 and then shoot the mid-range shot. And, he told me that next time I do that, go do that. And then I did that, and then pointed at him because he was pointing at me. So, having Bron say that, and then it works. It's Bron. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. So, trying to just learn from him as much as I can.
That helps.
One of the things that people say about you is that if they tell you to do something, you don't question it, you just kind of do it. Have you always been like that as a player? Really coachable, open to learning, taking on that type of stuff quickly, and how has that made you better so far this preseason?
Yeah, I like to learn as much as I can, especially with all the vets on this team and all the greats. So it's really cool just to have those guys there for me and have the confidence in me to go do that, and then just going out there and just hooping at the end of the day with my teammates.
It looked like after the game, AD went over and grabbed the ball and kind of make sure you had it. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I shot the ball, and he said, no, keep that. So, AD, he grabbed the ball and made sure I got to keep it. So that was really cool moment that I'll treasure forever.
So does that stay with you, or do you send that home to the parents, or what's the...
I don't know. I haven't thought of that idea yet. I might send it to my parents. They probably deserve it more than me.
Gabe, you guys have had 2 wins like this now, this preseason, where that back part bench, some young guys have had that moment late. What does that do for the group as a whole, in terms of camaraderie, for the guys on the bench to be super into it, for the guys on the floor to get confidence?
Right.
How valuable is it?
Incredibly. I think we've tried to emphasize. It's all good. Right. We've been focusing on competition a lot. You know what I mean? So it's great to see a group come in, whether it's the second unit, or go a little deeper in the bench, but to take the game serious. You know what I mean? Obviously it's the preseason and we're working on things, but just to have that overall sense of competition, that's something that we've been trying to bring each and every day, and we showed that tonight.
As someone who's shot better than 40% on an NBA Finals run, just from a purely shooting mechanics standpoint, how do you break down what Dalton Knecht can do?
Oh, I mean, he's proven that he's ignitable time and time again, and tonight was just another example of it, especially getting hot in the fourth. It was huge. The type of shots he took were high difficulty. He not only got him off, and he created off the dribble. He did a little bit of everything to get his shot going tonight. And the guys did a great job screening and finding him, but in terms of shot making, it was a great show from him tonight.
With 1 game left in the preseason before you guys open things up against Minnesota, where's your confidence level and where you guys are in your preparation?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we're not where we want to be come June, but we're taking the right steps there each day. So I think we're happy with our progress, and we're just going to try to continue to improve each day.
Yeah, we're still trying to learn about JJ as a coach. I'm sure you guys are still trying to learn. He told us that he challenged you guys at halftime after 21 transition points in the first half. I think you guys had 1, maybe, or 2 in the second. What is a challenge from him? Like, Is he forceful? Like how does he deliver that challenge to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think JJ's been a great communicator, first and foremost. So I think whether he raised his voice a tad, it never felt like we were being scolded, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It just seems more like he needed to address something that was serious. He addressed it, and we took the message and we applied it in the next half. So he's done a great job of communicating to the guys and getting his message across very clearly.
We're just asking questions.
Yeah. Gabe, just how ready do you feel, not just individually and as a team, for the opener? And how much, even if this is the young guys, like how much does something like this help, just another way to bring the team together?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely ready for the opener now. Obviously, we'll take one more game to prepare, but we've had a long preseason. Haven't been able to practice a whole bunch, but been getting live experience and live reps and being able to go back and break down those films. So it's been incredibly useful, and we're looking forward to the year for sure. Appreciate you guys.
Second door, Anthony Davis's 6 missed free throws. I don't want to hear about it.
He's too close. He's a 3-point shooter now.
He should be.
Well, Austin, you got to watch and I'm sure enjoy that shooting spree from Dalton Knecht. What have you gotten to know about him that kind of either added to that, and what did you make of it?
Man, it's honestly like just pure excitement. You know, as a teammate, you know, you want your teammates to be successful, and for him to go out there and put on a performance like that in that second half was unreal to watch. You know, it was. I almost hit a hole in one the other day. I hit it off the pin, and like that excitement that I had then, like I had it for that whole fourth quarter. So it's beautiful. You see how much work that he puts in every single day. He's hunting people down right after practice to shoot. So you tip your hat to a guy like that, and you know, I expected all those shots to go in, to be honest.
Well, for you to relate it to golf hole-in-one means you must have really been.
It was. Excited. I was on that high. Yeah, it's like birdieing like 5 holes in a row. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then you're one of your other teammates that scored 35 tonight, Anthony Davis. So we know how dominant he is defensively, even if he doesn't always get the full recognition. What did you see offensively from him tonight, and just him as an overall player as you've gotten to know him? Yeah,
I mean, I think that he every year doesn't get the credit that he deserves for what he does for our team, and obviously he gets credit. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but to the extent that he deserves, he's the staple for our team. He does everything offensively, defensively. And then when he come out tonight shooting the three so well in the first quarter, he's unguardable from then, because then you got to get out there, contest, and he's, you know, he plays like a guard at times, and he also has unbelievable hands. So if you're, you know, driving on a pick and roll, you can kind of throw the ball anywhere, any speed, and he's going to catch it, finish. Obviously, I'm giving him a hard time about missing 6 free throws. Missed a couple bunnies at the rim, but, you know, you can't ever say enough about what he does for us, and flies under the radar. Doesn't ever really, you know, take the credit. So I'll always give him that.
Austin, I think when you came into the league, one of the things that people would say about you was that, like, you weren't afraid, that was something that was a trait that you had. JJ just said the same thing about Dalton. Do you see that in him? And how important is that if you're a rookie who wants to, like, matter on a team, particularly the Lakers, to not be fazed by that type of stuff?
It's very important, regardless of where you play, to be, you know, ultra confident in what you do, and that's what he is. Like I said, I believe every shot that he shoots is going in, and I know he believes the same thing. I know the game got a little stagnant in the fourth quarter. We went probably 2 or 3 possessions, maybe 4, without scoring, and there was a timeout or a dead ball or something, and he was walking off the court, and I was like, yo, you have to get into action. Like, go get the ball. And, you know, that's what he did after that, and, you know, made unbelievable shots, big-time shots. And just those moments you dream of as a kid, and you can tell that he wants those moments. He wants to the shot that he missed in, I think it was Palm Springs, right? to tie it. You could see in the locker room like how much that shot meant to him. He was pissed. Like you could tell by the way he was looking at him, like he wasn't happy with himself, and that's a very good trait to have.
He's a rookie. There are going to be some lumps, obviously, but is he? Do you see him mattering on this team? Is he going to help you guys?
Yeah, I believe so. The way that he shoots the ball, and the way that he listens, like you say, Dalton, do this, he's gonna do it. Like no ifs, ands, buts. No, I thought it was this. I thought it was that. Like you say, be low man, go vertical. That's what he's gonna do. So having that trait as well is good, and being able to, like I said, shoot the ball the way that he does, it's going to be hard for him not to be on the floor at times. Obviously, defensively, he's working his ass off every single day to get better. He's asking questions, and that's all you can ask from a rookie. I remember when I was a rookie walking around, I asked him a million questions, and he does the same thing. From when I came in early in the summer, we were playing pickup, and he was the same way. He was asking me what he could do to be better defensively. So it's not a lack of, wanting to do better. He's learning and he's getting better, and you can tell that by just watching the games.
Cool.
Thank you.
JJ, just going through some of the Dalton stuff. 12 points in the fourth quarter, 13 of the team's 15 in the overtime. The 2 threes over ball, and then the one in the corner. How do you kind of push that all together?
It was an incredible performance. Reggie and I were talking about it before the game, and he was like, "It's high praise to say he's in the 1% of shooters," and I'm like, "No, he's in the 1% of shooters." The thing about him is just the mentality. It's been very obvious in pickup before the season, in training camp, thus far in games. He's got no fear. He's not afraid of the moment. That was a show that he put on, and my assistants tried to tell me not to put him back in the game with 4 minutes to go. So I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them afterwards. I'll tell you that.
The hot hand. I mean, you're a player or a coach now, a player who we can ask about that. Like, what is that feeling like? And when as a coach now, does it make you want to play more into it, or is the basketball just kind of find it?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I did a project in my statistics class on the hot hand theory, and for a long time, the hot hand theory was debunked. Yeah, and then it got re-debunked. It's a very real thing. Every player that's ever been in the zone like that in the flow state knows, like, just give me the basketball. And it's not even that you make every shot. It just feels, supernatural when you're in that state. And that was supernatural, like what he just did. It was cool to watch.
Before he scored all the points, Anthony Davis scored all the points for you guys. Coaches, people have talked about AD expanding to the three-point line for years. What have you seen from him confidence-wise shooting the basketball?
He's confident. I don't think that it's the willingness that is exciting right now. And I know you guys asked me about the balance of that before the game. We're going to find that balance. He's going to find that balance. But he's got to be willing. I think that's the most important thing. I drew up the first play of the game for him to shoot a three, and he knocked it down. And, whether that's confidence or relief, like he was willing to shoot tonight. And we want him to be willing to shoot. That doesn't mean he's going to take 9 threes a game. I don't think that's realistic, but he's got to sprinkle it in there.
The way your bench reacted to Knecht tonight, what can that do for a group that's coming together in its first preseason with a new coaching staff and some new faces?
Yeah, I would say when you're building a foundation of chemistry and trust and camaraderie, you need moments like we had tonight. You need those moments. And I think it was a terrific second half overall. I thought our defense in the half court was solid. And you have to be willing to live with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant making tough twos. Like they're superstars. That's what they do. We gave up 21 transition points in the first half, and I challenged the group at halftime. We gave up 1 in the second half and overtime. So beyond just the bench, it's stuff like that I think builds that trust and camaraderie when you accept a challenge and you execute it.
Points that you prevented in transition. I'm not sure if it was first or second half, but Dalton got his hand on a ball, on a cross-court pass.
Yeah. He made a gamble. Yeah, he made a gamble. It's not something we teach. Yeah.
I guess other than the scoring and the shooting, obviously we've seen that. Where have you seen other parts of the game show themselves?
I brought up the offensive rebounding prior. I don't know I know I brought it up with Reggie tonight, but if you ask him to do something, he's going to do it. He's going to try to do it, and that's he's coachable. He wants to be a really good player, if not a great player in this league. That's what he wants, and so he knows. And I don't know if it's his background. Obviously he played in JUCO, Northern Colorado, but played for Rick Barnes. I played against Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes is a tough coach, and he's got a mental toughness about him. And so, whether it's the offensive rebounding, the competitiveness on defense, he's trying. He's got some things he's got to learn and get better at, but he's trying. And honestly, that's half the battle sometimes.